Good evening. I'm Aviator Frank from aviationnation.us and partners with Lure Aviation. Today we're going to bring you a part of a series on your basic owner-assisted tips for your oil change. After just running our airplane here, getting the oil temperature up to operating temps and a good warm temperature for draining, we're going to go ahead and remove our cowling and begin the process steps in the change of our oil for our airplane. We have our engine still nice and warm. We're going to go ahead and activate our quick drain on our engine to go ahead and dispense of our oil. And during that time, we're going to let it run for a little bit. And for those who like to use an oil analysis sample, what we'll do is we'll let it run to also prevent a high metal content in your oil analysis because of possible settling. So now that we'll go ahead, we'll take that oil analysis now that we got it. Good, we'll cap it, we'll label it, we'll send off our proper paperwork, and on we go. Until then, we'll let our oil drain, and we'll be ready to start removing our oil filter soon. Another great tip of advice during our engine temperatures while still warm is to go ahead and drain and pull the cap off our oil cooler. That'll also aid in keeping our oil looking fresh much longer. Also, it also prevents the possible contamination of metal that will settle over time in your oil cooler, also leading to a higher oil metal content in your oil analysis possibly over time, and lowering the efficiency of your oil cooler indefinitely. Little trick here that I'm currently doing is I'll just take an old piece of UPS box and I'll make a little channel out of it, and that helps me for when I remove this oil filter, that I can channel that oil away from my firewall, so to say, and go ahead right into my bucket without making a big mess. Alright, currently we're getting ready here to remove our oil filter so that we can go ahead and get ready to label, mark, and install our new oil filter and torque it to specs according to Champion oil filter. Alright, now that we got it loosened up, we're going to go ahead and start the draining of it, and we'll just keep it on here just for a little while getting the majority of this oil out of here so we won't make a further mess when we remove this from the firewall here. And as you can see here, you can see the oil being channeled away from the aircraft and the firewall in general right into our very own oil pan here we use to catch and collect it all. Now with our oil filter removed, this is also a great time to cut this oil filter open and check for foreign object debris and or any forms of metal in our oil filter telling us the condition of our engine. Now that we have unpacked our new oil filter, we will label our information of our aircraft, our tach time, date of installation, and also provided is installation instructions conveniently provided along with torque values. This one's the reading from 16 to 18 foot-pounds. We're going to go with 17, just right in the middle of the road. Okay, with our oil filter now on and safetied, our quick drain has been verified that it is closed, our oil level is satisfactory, we will momentarily run our aircraft for at least a minute and shut it back down and check for oil leaks. And after our approved entries are made and everything's complete and up to tolerance, we will go ahead and recowl our engine and go fly.